Hello, my name is Gene, and welcome to Astral Doorway, where we study and meditate on spiritual truths at a core level for the pursuit of or the attainment of discovering deeper levels of greater realities. One of the very first layers towards perceiving these purer realities is by accessing the dimension of consciousness, which is commonly known as the astral plane. The reason why we focus on astral projection so much here is because if one can really become acquainted with repeatedly visiting the astral plane, then one will usually begin to understand how to continue progressing on their own path without the need of these YouTube videos, books, gurus, and so on. As stated on the very first episode on this channel, astral projection is a doorway, an astral doorway that leads onto a path of deep spiritual discovery. And so I'm saying this on this episode because understanding astral projection deeply requires serious and sincere practice. That doesn't mean you need to sweat blood and tears, working extremely hard, meditating, and reading all the time. That absolutely helps. But more importantly, I'm talking about a higher level of seriousness in your spirit to open up to the experience. And so, in order to work towards these new horizons of consciousness, one begins doing spiritual practices. And as a result of that, other areas in life usually become improved without as much effort, such as improved relationships, diet, overcoming bad habits, etc. We begin to feel the need to tend to these better because we begin to realize their impact on us and also begin to accept our physical existence more. The more balanced our physical daily life is, the more balanced our spiritual consciousness will be too. So I know that's a bit of a lengthy introduction to this video, but I think I'll be making more videos related to these small daily life tips that can contribute to our overall progress. So this tip specifically is about understanding how blue light affects us, especially in terms of dreaming and astral projection. We're going to understand this more deeply for those who haven't heard of it and how we can use this knowledge to our advantage from day to day in order to improve our inner and outer health and greatly increase the chances of having spiritual experiences, including lucid dreaming. Just before I get into that, just a quick shout out to William, Snuggle Love, Simona, Kathleen, Rula, Mila, and Turbo Druck, who all became Patreons recently to support the channel and also gained access to our Astral Doorway Discord group where we meet live on voice chat twice a month to discuss anything and everything to do with astral projection, lucid dreaming, consciousness, and all those related things. If you'd like to join, simply check out the link in the description below. So, blue light. As you know, light exists everywhere, or else we would not be. And white light is made up of the 7 primary colors. So if you see the light spectrum on the screen now, you'll see that blue light is on one end, while red light is on the other. You may be able to use your intuition here if you connect this to the chakras and how the higher chakras are related to the blue end and the lower chakras are related to the red end. And more on this later. So, as many of us know, we have the option to use night mode or a blue light filter on our phones or computers. This makes devices with screens to emit less blue light, which makes screens look more orange or red. Now, why is this important? Let's look at it in terms of our general health and then how it applies to dreaming and astral projection. Now, go back in your mind to a time when electronic devices didn't exist. back to our ancestors and get in touch with our primal history, our physical bodies that we still have in our DNA. Back then, the only blue light that we ever received was from the sun. The sun emits a lot of blue light, just as the sky is blue. Keep in mind, blue light is not a bad thing. Blue light is necessary. It's part of our nature, part of our health. It helps you stay alert, pushes you into wakefulness, boosts your memory, boosts your mood, and more, right? It activates cognitive and hormonal functions within the body in order to help us function more efficiently. However, as above, so below, in this world of polarity and duality, just as there is daytime, there is also nighttime. Our bodies are attuned to this cycle. Just as the solar system was created and there is this daytime and nighttime cycle, our bodies are also adapted to this. And so in science, this has been recognized or labeled as our biological clocks. This is known in science as our circadian rhythm. This rhythm needs balance. It is responsible for regulating many bodily functions such as cellular health, blood sugar, metabolism, hormones, and many more energetic processes. The more balanced this rhythm is, the more balanced our mind and body can regulate itself too. One of the most relevant things that it balances is melatonin. And where is melatonin produced in the body? It is produced by the pineal gland, the third eye, the Ajna chakra. Melatonin is the hormone that tells the body to prepare for sleep and helps you to relax so that it can restore the body and improve your mood, as well as other many things within the depths of your consciousness. So, if you have insomnia, for example, understanding what is said in this episode could potentially help you a lot. And so, when does this hormone that the pineal gland secretes interact with us? It begins to work with us when blue light is no longer being shined into the eyes. However, since many of us continue to shine blue light into our eyes through electronic devices and lights, our body's hormones don't know that the sun has actually gone down and can't determine when sleep is going to be. The physical body interprets blue light as sunlight. This is where the imbalance begins. So, usually, when the sun goes down, melatonin starts to enter the body, the pineal gland starts to activate this gateway of sleep and prepare the body to become more relaxed and transition into this other stage of life, of sleep, where we spend a third of our lives. And it used to do this a lot more naturally before technology, but now we have greatly disturbed this cycle of our circadian rhythm. So, you'll find a lot of research that melatonin is directly associated with REM sleep. But this hormone is, so imbalanced and atrophied in most of us. So you may hear that a lot of people take melatonin supplements. And if they do, they will have many vivid and crazy dreams. But we shouldn't have to take supplements for this. This should be our natural function every night. We can strengthen our quote unquote dreaming hormone by greatly fixing this issue of blue light. Now, to understand how to fix this problem, we also need to understand that we can't just say, okay, I'm just going to limit my screen time until an hour before bed. This isn't an on and off switch. Remember that our bodies are a rhythm, a cycle. When the sun goes down, the system in our bodies naturally prepare for sleep and restoration so that we can refuel for the day ahead. This is an ongoing process from moment to moment. As the sort of spiritual practitioner, as most of us are, we should be getting into the rhythm of our day to day processes and energies of this whole rhythm of our cycles of our lives, and not just be throwing our attention here and there and not aware of these energy levels within us. So, the circadian rhythm controls when and how much melatonin is secreted. When the sun comes up in the morning, it emits blue light into our eyes. And as a result, melatonin production comes to a natural halt. When melatonin production stops, serotonin is what is produced when we see blue light. This wakes us up and has similar benefits. But those benefits are related to becoming grounded, becoming highly present, energetic, and aware in our physical surroundings. So we could recognize serotonin as the elixir to becoming present in our physical reality, and melatonin as our spiritual elixir to becoming aware in the non physical, in our non physical consciousness and its journeys beyond the body at night that we're not usually conscious of. So we need to balance this serotonin and melatonin, but the issue now is that most of us abuse serotonin and we just use a lot of blue light and we don't get in touch with producing more melatonin, stop looking at our screens and have some time, to close our eyes and meditate, read books and all of this. And so when the sun sets at the end of the day, melatonin production starts back up again, telling the body it's time to rest and enter the dimension of dreams in order for your consciousness and body to realign itself. However, when we look at our computer screens or mobile phones late at night, the waves of blue light signals your pineal gland to stop producing melatonin, tricking your body to become more aware and alert in the physical than it should be. During the evening is when we should be transitioning to the spiritual world, not staying in the physical world. And so, if we look back at that light spectrum again and compare it to the colors of the chakras, we can get a general sense that our day and night cycles should also somewhat correlate to the activity of our chakras too. Our higher chakras of the throat and head, which are of those blue and purple colors, should spike in activity during the day while settling down back into our sensual primal selves, getting ready for the rest of the night with groundedness of the lower chakras, the root chakras, the red ones, the orange one. Okay. Blue light essentially stimulates our higher chakras physically too much at night. And if you're saying to yourself, oh, wait, but didn't our ancestors use candles, fires, lanterns to light up their homes? Yes, but actually you'll find that fire has little to no blue light at all. Hence why things such as having a campfire or a candle to look at during meditation is so wonderful, because you can look into it while still going into a sleepy state. It's one of, if not the only, light source that we can use to look at while also becoming naturally and healthily sleepy. This makes it very ideal for meditations that involve focusing visually on a candle, staring at it for some time, studying it visually. And it also made it ideal for our ancestors to tell stories around campfires. So, how can we greatly diminish the negative effects of blue light from devices at night? So, just really a few friendly suggestions based on my own experience. I want to point out investing in blue light glasses is probably one of my main ones. I'm not advertising any particular product. There are many affordable ones that you can buy online now. They don't have any prescriptions on them or anything. They're just regular glasses, but they don't allow blue light to go through them. They usually come with a little blue torch, so you can test this yourself. If you wear glasses normally, then I suggest to simply get your lenses treated with blue light protectors. Most places offer these now. Some people suggest using eye masks when you sleep because what about when sunlight comes through your curtains? Well, I've tried using eye masks over the years, and I think it's fine if you don't use one, honestly. I've had countless experiences in bedrooms where I've had no curtains and it's been fine. I think even having some blue light coming in, some sunlight in the morning while you sleep can increase wakefulness a little bit, helping you get into that mind awake, body asleep phase. But overall, and from what I feel has benefited me most, is using blue light glasses. And of course, turning your brightness down on devices and also turning on blue light filters on them, especially if you're currently using devices on full brightness with no night mode filter at night. You're doing a ton of damage to your melatonin and serotonin cycle and to your retina also. This also creates a lot of eye strain, which if you've ever tried to relax the small muscles behind your eyes during meditation, you'll notice it's not easy to relax your eyes fully since we're always overusing them. It's one of the reasons why the eyes move so much during REM sleep. So, if your devices are currently really bright, remember, as I said before, the pineal gland controls how much melatonin is secreted. And so, yes, we may not be able to get rid of all this blue light at night, but we can definitely decrease and diminish the amount that is going into our eyes so that we can increase the amount that our pineal gland can secrete for us. So, definitely reduce the brightness on your devices and also enable a warm color setting on them. This is usually called night light, blue filter light, night mode, eye comfort shield, and things like that. If your device doesn't have that option, then there will usually be some software or app that you can download in order to add it. A popular one for computers is called Flux. I'll leave a link down below for that, as well as some suggested links for buying blue light glasses. Another suggestion is to also get blue light screen protectors for your phone. I'll leave some links for that too. It's quite useful, especially if you're getting up multiple times in the night to, do these astral projection and lucid dreaming experiences. And perhaps you just want to peek at your phone, you want to use a dream journal app. And so, you have your phone on the lowest brightness, you have your night mode set to full, and you just want to use it quickly. So I'll leave some links for that too. It's like a thin film sheet protector that you can put on your phone, and it will also help blue light not go through it. Another tip is to reduce bright lighting in your house and, where possible, try to change it to warm ambient lighting instead. And if you can, candlelight is usually recommended most. Light bulbs emit a lot of blue light. As said before, you'll find a lot of information stating that candles or fire essentially emits no blue light. As well as wearing glasses and using filters and reducing this excess light at night, it's also a good idea to just devote some time to experiencing no artificial light at all for a portion of your time before sleep. This time could be spent reading a book besides some candlelight, or even better, spend it doing some meditation. So, of course, as with anything, gaining these lucid dreaming and astral projection experiences requires practice. This tip is not going to suddenly guarantee you have experiences, but it will certainly increase your chances of vivid dreaming at the very least. Personally, I really have noticed a great difference over the years in the number of experiences that I have when I'm consciously making an effort to avoid blue light at night, as well as an increase in the quality of my sleep and in, the way I feel the next day. When I've had an assignment or a lot of work at night, I've often, forgotten to reduce all this blue light. And I've noticed I've had lower quality sleep, less or no dreams, and it just instinctively doesn't feel as right. So if you're practicing lucid dreaming or astral projection now, or are just generally improving the quality of your life, I highly recommend this. And I think it should be a standard practice for anyone really in this highly digital age. Are you watching this video right now, laying in bed before sleep with full brightness and no blue filter? Well, you'd better fix it. Okay, so as always, if you have questions, let me know. If you have more information about this type of topic that you can share that I've probably missed out, feel free to share with others. I know there's a lot of modern science backing up all of this today, which is great. I'll leave a few links to those below. If you enjoyed this video and would like more small little indirect life tips which relate to dreaming and astral projection practices, let me know. Give the video a like. Be sure to be subscribed. I have a lot of exciting content coming up as I move from South Korea to Ireland to focus on writing the many books I have planned, as well as getting a lot of information out here on the channel. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening, and I will see you on the next episode.